my Book and Wax friends. I am Amber. If you're new, welcome. Welcome back if you're returning. I am very happy to have you here with me. I discuss all things books and home fragrance, and today's video is my most anticipated new releases for the month of August. So this is for sure not every single release that is coming out in August, but these are some of the ones that I wanted to highlight with you guys that I'm excited about. So the first one on my list is called Girl of Sea and Starlight. This is by Toni Cabell and it comes out August 1st. So I'm pretty sure this is an indie published book. And let's see what the synopsis says. When a grumpy captain of a fishing boat rescues a dying seal from the sea, she never expects the creature to shift into a handsome, sulky prince who immediately proposes marriage. Lainey stopped believing in the benevolence of the starry host when she was very young, preferring to trust in her skills rather than stardust and magic. She's as good a sailor as any, and she can shoot her pistol and throw her dagger, as well as any man in her village. Her life is almost perfect, well, except for her missing cat and her tantrums, which have been worsening of late. Dale, I was like, Frozen? What? Dale has waited years for this moment when at long last he can gaze upon his fiancée. So that's actually the Sulky Prince. Okay, I thought it was a place. Promising her not only his protection, but his undying love. Imagine his surprise when his beloved has no notion they've been betrothed since she was an infant. And even worse, she attempts to toss him overboard. So that sounds really fun. So this is a clean fantasy romance, I think it says. It says fans for The Princess Bride, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Chronicles of Narnia. So, and this is fun because I haven't read any books from what I can remember that have to do with Selkies. So I think that's really cool. So that is A Girl of Sea and Starlight. The next one is a cozy fantasy horror, if you can imagine that. It is cozy and fantasy horror. And this book I know I'm getting in my Fairy Loot Cozy fantasy box. Sorry if that was a spoiler, if you have the box and didn't want to be spoiled. Sorry about that. But I know that this one is. So it's called Mostly Human Resources. It's by Grace Vile and it comes out August 4th. So let's see what this one's about. And I do need my glasses now. It's getting a little small. Okay, amongst mountains as old as time, the jackalopes and ghouls are the least of your worries. Working in human resources was not what Alexis had in mind when she joined Entity, the company who categorize and manage the monsters and cryptids of the world. But after her dad was killed as a warden of the Appalachian Mountains, she was filled with noble ideas of carrying on his legacy from behind the safety of a desk. But when one of her new wardens, Elliot, goes missing, her chances of promotion go missing too. Determined to find him safe and sound, she marches off into the mountains to find him herself, because Elliot had been talking about sightings of a highly dangerous and never recorded monster, the Hollow Walker, and she promised herself that no warden will ever die on her watch. Meanwhile, Nick, director of research and cataloging, is not one to ignore the words never recorded. With Alexis, his work nemesis, leading the charge into the mountains, he's not going to let her have all the fun. If he can be the youngest Entity employee to discover a new monster, his name will go down in the annals of cryptozoology. And if it means spending some extra time with Alexis, then he's not one to argue. So that sounds really fun. The horror elements make me nervous, but I'm thinking it is horror like T. Kingfisher's books. Since it was cozy fantasy with a little bit of horror aspects, and it has to do with monsters, that sort of thing. So I think it'll be okay. It sounds intriguing for sure. So I am looking forward to that one. Then after that one is a cozy romance, I think is what this one is. It is called Autumn at the Cat Cafe, and look how cute and autumnal the cover is. So adorable. It's by Kathleen Fuller, and it also comes out August 4th. And this one, let me see. Yeah, okay, closed door romance, contemporary romance. Yeah, so let's see what this one is about. Via Dalton has sworn off men to focus on two things she loves most. Her quirky cat cafe, Positive Vibes is the name of it, and the charming town of Pecan Corner, Iowa. Oh, not Iowa, sorry, Ohio. But her peaceful world is shaken when Earl Brewster, the owner of the beloved second chapter books next door, passes away. Via is determined to buy the shop and preserve Earl's legacy, but her plans hit a snag in the form of a tall, handsome, and completely unexpected heir. Leo Brewster's life is thriving in LA, and the last thing he needs is an inheritance in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. But the alternative, letting his estranged mother inherit, has him packing his bags to receive the inheritance, quickly sell it off to the highest bidder, and hightail it back to LA. What he didn't count on was the list of stipulations in the will that has him staying in the small town for a month. Oh, and the determined sunny cafe owner next door who refuses to let him destroy the town's heart without a fight. So, sounds fun, sounds cozy, romance fall book. Okay, the next book on my list is a second book I'm pretty sure it's just a duology. It is To Dance with Death. This is by Brittany Arena. It also comes out August 4th. The first book is A Dance of Lies. I did really enjoy that book. Almost 5-star for me. And I'm looking forward to the second one. So in the first book, it is about a girl. What is her name? Oh, Vasily. That's right. Vasily. She is wrongfully imprisoned for a murder she didn't commit at the beginning of it. The king in the land that she's in lets her out on the stipulation that she will be a spy for him. And at this gathering where a bunch of different kings and queens come together. So she's going to be a spy, and she was a dancer, and because of her being imprisoned for a few years, her muscles have atrophied, and she's dealing with a lot of illness, disabilities, that sort of thing because of it. So that's where the story starts in the first one. Lots of twists in that one. I really enjoyed Vasily as a character, and I'm looking forward to the second book for sure. So that is To Dance with Death. The next one after that, I think, is a YA magical realism romance. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has a little bit of magical realism, and it's called The Roman Holiday Rule. And I love Audrey Hepburn. She's one of my all-time favorites actresses. And so the Roman Holidays with Audrey Hepburn. And so the name of this plus the cover, I was like, this sounds so cute. So let's see what it's about. It says, Lexi Walker has finally committed to the Italian adventure that she and her late mother dreamed of for years, completely with a meticulously crafted itinerary, 4 sealed letters to open at Rome's most romantic sites, and her mother's final painting to present at the art festival Lexi is helping organize. She's ready for the perfect Roman getaway. What she doesn't expect is for her mother's artwork to start manifesting in real life. So yes, magical realism, yay! Turning her carefully planned trip into something unpredictable. Italian-American architect Mark Russo has sworn off American tourists after having his heart broken. And he's certain not about to let another one distract him from winning the restoration bid that could reunite his estranged father with his grandfather. But when the captivating woman next to him on the flight to Rome proposes a photography challenge, whoever captures the heart of Italy in 5 days wins. Mark can't resist the bet and her charm. So that sounds so cute. That sounds so cute. So this isn't, I thought it was YA rom-com, but no, it sounds like it is adult, clean romance. So cute. Okay, after that one, this one looks really good, at least from the cover. The cover is what drew me to it. It's called Flicker State. It is by F.A. Davidson, and it also comes out August 4th. So there's a lot coming out on the 4th. So this is A Study in Drowning, which I DNF'd. I wasn't really a fan of that one. Meets Neverworld Wake, which I'm not sure what that one is. In this debut YA fantasy filled with lush world building, heart-stopping romance, and high-stakes competition that could be the key to everything. So far so good. Nora Sullivan has just discovered she's a person who can manipulate probability. The same day Nora's navigation manifests, she and her father are swarmed by possibility beasts. When a possibility beast bites you, your risk of death skyrockets. And pretty soon her father gets sick. Desperate to find a cure, Nora applies to the Academy of Navigation, where there are rumors of restricted information on beast bites hidden in research archives. Once on campus, Nora learns that the only senior research assistants are allowed in the archives, and you can only become one by winning a team trial designed to push your navigation abilities to the brink. She'll need to rely on her roommates as well as her peer mentor, the handsome Vic Souza, to win the competition. But trouble arises at every turn. There are tensions in the group, romantic complications, and unexplained student disappearances. As Nora gets deeper into the competition, she realizes not everything is as it seems, and the stakes are much higher than she could have imagined. So that sounds very unique. And like I said, the cover really drew me. So it's YA fantasy, academia, and a little bit of romance. So that is Flicker State. Then after that is one called A Summer of Stars. This is by Liana Sincotti, I think is how you pronounce her name. And it comes out August 11th. And this is a, fake dating, contemporary romance, summer romance. And it says sports romance. So let's see what this one's about. Okay, fake relationship terms and do not fall in love. After a messy breakup, it feels like the entire world hates tennis superstar Luna Aldridge. With her reputation ruined and her career at risk, the only way to repair it is a PR fake dating Hollywood's golden boy, Kieran Alexander. There's just one problem. Luna can't stand him. For Kieran, the feeling is mutual. He's about to lead a big screen love story, but his dating history is jeopardizing the film's success. His team believes the world needs to see him wildly in love. And who better than Luna, the person he loathes most? Soon, Luna and Kieran spend the summer posing for cameras, sharing red carpets, and flying around the world for the tennis circuit. But the more they pretend, the more they question if they can keep their hearts and their careers together, especially with everyone watching. That sounds cute. It sounds really cute. I've heard good things about that one. Okay, the next one is a paranormal romance, I think. Contemporary paranormal romance. And it is called You'll Be the Death of Me. And it comes out August 11th as well. It's by Holly Michelle. And let's see what this one is about. Cole is spending the rest of his eternity as an overworked afterlife clerk, reaping souls for the afterlife administration. But when he accidentally reaps the wrong Verdella Rogers, Cole and Verdella must race to fix his cosmic blunder and to try to not catch feelings along the way. It says, a swoony and whimsical romp. That sounds so cute. So he ends up accidentally reaping a young Verdella Rogers instead of the one he was supposed to reap, who was a 95-year-old woman in Kansas. So that sounds really cute. That's adorable. That will be good for spooky season, I think, for sure. Okay, the next one is another one that is a sequel, but I think it's like interconnected standalone. It's not the same characters as the first one. Do I have that one here? No, I think it's on one of my other bookshelves. The first one was called The Enemy's Daughter. This one is called A Thief to Die For by Melissa Poet, and it comes out August 13th. I did really enjoy the first book. This is a dystopian world. And this says it's a stunning reimagining of Robin Hood. That's cool. Set in the same dystopian world, woven with magic as the enemy's daughter. Okay, let's see. A soldier with magic, a thief with a secret, a spark that could burn their worlds down. In a desolate, lawless land, Marion carries a dangerous secret. By day, she's a high-ranking guard serving her father, the ruthless commander who rules with an iron fist. By night, she becomes a whip-wielding thief, robbing the cowards she works with to help those they mistreat. That is, until Ryland catches her mid-raid. Excuse me, guys. Revealing her identity could help him secure the deal he needs to save his homeland, or it could blow everything apart if Marion has her way. But Ryland holds his own secrets. Untapped magic runs through his veins. A magic the commander wants, along with invading Ryland's distant settlement. Marion has her orders win Ryland's heart to betray him and his people. And so begins a deadly dance of deception, stealing from the rich to give to the poor, and magic, the kind Ryland's been waiting his whole life to wield. So that sounds really good. And like I said, I did really like the first one. It was a good one. Okay, the next one is called Immortal Rose. This is by Alexandra Bracken, and she is the author of Lore, The Darkest Minds trilogy. I think it was a trilogy. And this is I don't know if this is her first adult fantasy. It possibly is. I'm not sure though. But did I say when it comes out? It comes out August 18th. Okay, let's see. Okay, where are we? Sorry, I'm trying to find where to start the synopsis. Okay, members of ancient House Roseborn have a strange gift born of a fairy ancestor. The ability to infuse fragrance with magic capable of manipulating mind, body, and emotion. When a shocking murder leaves the kingdom of Albion vulnerable to a coup, Royal Spy Master Hugh Thornton seeks the one person who can help, Viola Lockwood, the last living Roseborn and secret heir to a fraught legacy. Livid at the silver-eyed aristocrat who had her thrown in jail to force her compliance, Viola nevertheless comes to an agreement with him. In exchange for crafting Immortal Rose, the singular perfume capable of saving Albion, illegitimate Viola can seize the life and fortune that should have been hers. As Hugh and Viola race to find the perfume's lost fairy ingredient, hidden deep in Albion's dark underbelly, neither can deny the scorching attraction building between them, especially as the attempts of Viola's life grows increasingly brazen. Sounds good. And I have enjoyed other books by Alexandra Bracken. So that is Immortal Rose. Okay, next one is, let's see. Yes. The next one is called Practically Magic. And look at this cover. Another adorable autumnal looking cover. This is by Jen Kalanita. And it comes out August 25th. And I'm not sure if this is just a paranormal contemporary romance or if it's on the clean side of romance. I'm not sure. I tried searching it up and I couldn't find anything one way or the other. but it looks really cute. So this is on the eve of Halloween, a sister's well-intentioned love spells turns into a curse in this witchy, flirty rom-com, perfect for fans of the X-Hex, Gilmore Girls, and practical magic. Okay, so it says the Hadley sisters of Mystic Hollow are magic, literally. But for all the generations of witches behind her, Kat Hadley could swear that she's utterly invisible to boys. Then she learns that her perfect older sister, Harriet, cast a curse to protect her from heartbreak. Kat is so furious she loses control, and it's not just their sisterhood that shatters, it's magic itself. Suddenly, every spell a Hadley witch has ever cast starts reversing. Spells to do good start bringing evil. Curses to repel suddenly attract. And the veil between worlds begins to thin. If Kat and Harriet don't do something fast, this Halloween might be Mystic Hollow's last. As they race to repair the balance of magic and their relationship, Kat notices that every crush who's ever rejected her is suddenly magically lovesick. Even her annoying class rival seems to have fallen under her spell. For the first time in her life, she feels practically magic. Who cares if it's all just a spell? So, cute. YA. It sounds like it's YA. Yeah, YA. YA paranormal romance. That sounds adorable. So I'm assuming it's on the, hopefully anyway, on the cleaner side since it is YA. Okay, the next one is a sequel, or no. The next one is another paranormal. Is this cozy? Let me see. Okay, this is another one that is genre bending, because it says it's a historical fiction fantasy, and then it also lists mystery, horror, thriller, and it's a Victorian, so gothic. So it's called The Whitechapel Full Moon Society by Elizabeth de Lozier, and it comes out August 25th. And it says, set in Victorian London during Jack the Ripper's, excuse me guys, reign of terror. This gripping original novel is perfect for fans of V.E. Schwab, Dana Schwartz, and Sarah Penner. When Caroline Foster arrives at the Whitechapel Full Moon Society in search of her missing brother, she finds a dilapidated facade belying an interior as opulent as any exclusive gentleman's club. In exchange for room and board, Caroline is hired as the full moon's maid, where she is given 3 orders. Don't ask personal questions, stay out of the iron-barred room on the 2nd floor, and remain in her bedroom from sunup to sundown on the full moon. But when it is revealed that the previous maid was murdered, an early victim of Jack the Ripper, and her brother has left behind no answers, only more questions, Caroline begins to suspect her host might be hiding something. As more bodies turn up with a connection to the society, Caroline fears she may have unwittingly stumbled into a bedtime story, the kind with monsters and curses, family secrets, and ancient lore. Doesn't that sound good? That sounds so good. Okay, the last book I have to share is another sequel, and it is Kiki and the New Magic. So this is a sequel to Kiki's Delivery Service by Aiko Kadono, and I'm very excited for this one. I did pre-order it. Kiki's Delivery Service was a 5-star read for me. I loved it. And this one says, join Kiki, the beloved young witch, and her clever cat Gigi in an enchanting sequel to the modern classic. So I'm not sure how, I really don't want to spoil things, but let's just say, to let you know, if you're not familiar with the story, it is also a Studio Ghibli film. It is about, as it says, a young witch, and she goes off, she leaves her home. When a witch turns 13, they're supposed to go off on their own for a year and figure out how they want to serve the community that they move to. And so that is what the first book is about. It's about Kiki moving to this town on the sea, by the sea, and figuring out what she wants to do and how she wants to help people around her. So it was so fun. It was so cute and whimsical. I loved it. And so I'm very excited to see what happens with Kiki now in the sequel. So that is Kiki and the New Magic. So that's it, everybody. Those are some of the books that I'm interested in that will be coming out in the month of August. Let me know if I've missed anything. What are you looking most forward to? If I haven't talked about it, or if any of these sound good to you, let me know down in the comments below. I appreciate you all. I'm grateful for you and for taking the time to watch. And until next time, please like and subscribe so you can get more book and home fragrance content from me. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.